Good morning, my friends. My name is Malik Padgett, and you're tuned in for another edition of the Morning Motivational Moment. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you giving us your time. This is a unique experience we call the virtual sofa. And the reason why we call it the virtual sofa, because it's a unique place where we can just sit anywhere in the world, connect anywhere in the world, in this virtual moment around love, family, healing, spirituality, and the greatest gift that we can either give or receive is love, because love heals, it delivers, it sets free. It is the most effective way of forgiving someone. And when you forgive others, it doesn't mean that you accept them back in your life, but it means you love them and you enough to heal. And so sometimes you love them enough just so that you can heal, just so that you can forgive, and just so that you could be the person that you want to be or are desiring to be. And then there's another stage of love, and I think that is that unconditional agape love that says, you know what? I just love everything about you, in and out. You are such a contributor to my life, and all I want to do is make sure that you're okay. All I want to do is protect you. All I want to do is just see you be the best that you could be. And no matter what you say or do, I will always love you. It does not mean that I don't establish boundaries. And it does not mean that I won't tell you no when I feel like it or need to. But even in telling you no or setting boundaries, I still love you. I just have to love me more. And the only way that I can effectively love you and give you all that you need is when I love me. And I establish those boundaries so that the relationship can stay healthy. We dig? We agree? So let's talk about family today. Let's talk about the sacrifice that we make for others. And as much as we love our families, sometimes families can be taxing. And so let me put it this way. Because families sometimes have expectations of what you do simply because you're family, sometimes in having healthy relationships and healthy boundary settings, we sometimes include others in our lives that are not blood, but they become family because we share an energy of creativity. We share an energy of giving and receiving and blessing and being mutually connected. And when someone honors your value systems, and when someone loves the way that you are, and accepts you the way that you are, and doesn't have any great expectations other than just to love you, we can adopt them as family. Because sometimes we have blood family that sometimes doesn't appreciate who we are, or doesn't have the audacity just to love us just the way that we are. So sometimes, and I have done it, we adopt other people, and it's okay. And it's okay. As much as we love our biological family, sometimes as individuals in our families that just do not know how to reciprocate, they don't know how to give back, or even if they know, they don't care enough to give back. Or is that us? Like sometimes it's easy to draw the attention to someone else's flaws. I don't know. Is it us? Are sometimes we the reason successful relationships don't last? Because it's easy to put the blame on someone else. It's always easy to cast doubt and shame on someone else. But also we have to reflect. Self-reflection is one of the greatest tools I think that all of us have, or at least have the ability to acquire to get, or have the ability to acquire to want. Self-reflection is super important because it takes us out of our subjective state, out of our subjective mindset, and it puts us in a place of perspective, objectivity, where we can look at the situation from the outside, from another perspective, and gather insight on how to better handle the situation, or how to make a potential situation not going so well, how to change the dynamics by just personally just sitting back and reflecting. Self-reflection is super important. And I advise all of us to take moments to self-reflect. Because when we self-reflect, maybe we're the cause of relationships not lasting. Maybe we are the cause of friendships that became stalemated. Or maybe we're the cause of family members not wanting to communicate. Could it be us? I don't know. We'll never know unless we self-reflect and we think objectively, we come outside of the box. And that always is not easy, but it's necessary. Because the more we live to be objective, and the more we live to learn other perspectives and to care enough about other perspectives, that is major growth. That is maturity. That's spiritual maturity. When you can sit back and you can respect someone else's values, someone else's opinions, someone else's beliefs, and someone else's lifestyles that are different than yours. Can you just accept them by just taking another perspective? It doesn't always mean that you will agree. It doesn't always mean that you'll want that for you, but you accept that person just the way that they are. You don't expect that person to see life from your eyes. You don't expect that person to conform to your ways. You don't expect that person to do religion the way that you do religion. You don't expect that person to marry the way that you marry. You don't expect that person to have families the way that you have your family. You don't expect that person to do the exact same things that you do. Because if everyone was just like you, why would we need difference? Why would we need diversity? Why would we need change? Why would we need the yin to the yang? Why would we need any type of difference that is different than me? If everyone was just like me, I couldn't stand it, because everything about me I wouldn't want to see all day long in someone else. It is good for people to be different. It is good for people to have difference of opinions, differences of religion, differences of belief systems. It's okay. It may be different than mine, but I accept them just the way that they are, because I'm looking at it from another perspective, another angle. I'm taking in another level of insight. I'm understanding that I'm not expecting someone to cross the street the way that I cross the street, see the vision the way that I see the vision. Because if everyone saw the vision the way that I see the vision, why would they need me? Why would they need you? You are needed because you bring something different into my life. I am needed because I bring another perspective to someone else. And together we are dynamic. We are a team. When I can accept you for being who you are, the way that you are, the way that you look, you don't have to change for me. You don't have to change for anybody. Just be yourself, because I love you the way that you are. And when you love me unconditionally the way that I am, you don't have any expectations of what you think I should be, because I'm okay just the way that I am. And you are okay just the way that you are. And the moment we respect that, we can accept people for who they are and what they bring to the table. Whether it's in music, in arts, and the way that they walk, the way that they talk, the things that they do or don't do, or we want them to do or don't want them to do, we don't have any expectations of who they should be. And so when they have a difference of religion, I'm okay with that. When they have a different political ideology, I'm okay with that. When they have a difference of what they eat or don't eat, I'm okay with that. When they have a different way of serving God, or they don't serve God at all, I'm okay with that. If they have a different lifestyle, what if they're sexually, their lifestyle is sexually or different than what I say a lifestyle should be? You know what? I'm okay with that, because I accept them the way that they are, because I'm not their judge. I'm not their God. I'm only here to love. And when you love, you can love somebody just the way that they are. And if you think somebody should change, or if not having expectations, but if you think someone could do something that is better and they ask for your suggestion, then offer it. But if your suggestion is not asked for, don't just volunteer it. That's ego. That is your ego thinking that you're the teacher and they're the student and you could change them. It's not your job to change anybody. It's just your job to change you, to enhance you. Maybe somebody altogether is just different. And different, I suggest, is good. I'm so over people that use religion, their religion ideology, or their religious supremacist ways to dictate what someone else should do, how they should conduct their lives. As long as an individual is not bringing you pain and doing something destructive to others or to themselves, let them go and just love them the way that they are. And sometimes, when we just love people, sometimes they change on their own when they admire something uniquely special about us. And when it doesn't come from a place of judgment, but it comes from a place of love. Sometimes people are like, my God, what is it about you? You know, I'd like to have some of what you have, or I'd like to be similar to who you are. What is it about you? You don't judge. You don't talk about people. You don't criticize people. What is it about you? It's just the love that you have. Because love really does change people. It liberates. And when you love, it's liberating for the person who's loving. Because you don't have any expectations of what someone else should be based on your terms. You don't create terms for them. Your norms, your values, your beliefs apply to you. Now, it's the same vice versa. Others aren't changing your norms, your value systems based on their ideologies and their beliefs. And when you meet people like that, it's good to set a boundary and say, listen, if we're going to have any type of functional mutual relationship, this is what you cannot do. And if you continue to do so, we cannot be connected. And it's okay, because I've accepted you for who you are. So you must, in turn, do the same. Accept me for who I am. If you cannot accept me for who I am, then you cannot accept me at all. If you cannot love me for who I am, then you cannot love me at all. If you can accept me without your expectations of what you want me to be, if you cannot do it, then you cannot have me in your life, and it's okay. And I'm willing to part ways with you because I set boundaries in my life that you cannot just totally disengage from or devour or separate from. Because to love me is to love the boundaries that I've established. To love me is to accept the boundaries that I've posted. And in exchange for me to love you and the vice versa situation, for me to love you is I accept your boundaries. I have no expectations of what I want you to be. And I love you for just simply who you are. And when we have a relationship, a friendship, a love relationship based on no expectations, no judgments, just me loving you the way that you are, and us respecting each other's boundaries, each other's norms and values, then we can have a functional, healthy relationship. Anyway, my name is Malik Padgett. It's been great spending with you. Thank you for loving me. I'm really grateful. Thank you. If you'd like to reach out, my name is Malik Padgett. I'm at themorningmotivationalmoment.com. The Morning Motivational Moment, all one word, .com. Talk to me. Let me know what you think. Comment. Suggest. Let me know what's on your mind. You can also reach me at area code 305-209-8150. 305-209-8150. My good friends, always remember that we are solar powered. Because we are solar panels, we absorb light, and we are solar powered to give it back. And we can have whatever we want. We have to say exactly what we want and believe exactly what we say. Remember that. Say exactly what you want. Believe exactly what you want. And say exactly what you want. So, said it kind of backwards that time. I'm sorry. You can have whatever you want. Say exactly what you want and believe exactly what you say. I appreciate you. It's a great, great opportunity every time you join me on the virtual sofa called the Morning Motivational Moment. Thank you so much. Have yourself a great day. Ciao.